This is why when you see the way broadly, you will see it in all things. That quote is attributed to Miyamoto Musashi, who was history's deadliest samurai. He had over 60 duels to the death, and spoiler alert, he won all of them. I was at 6 a.m. Jiu-Jitsu today. I was watching 2 black belts roll, and it was fascinating to see. One of the black belts initiated with a sequence of events, a sequence of attacks to kind of get to the position that he wants. So, he pulled guard, went right into deep half, started working his lapels, started going for a sweep. These are complicated sequences, and they all have to fit together in order. And not only do you have to know the sequence, but you have to execute it on someone who's resisting. So it's very difficult. So he started going through the sequence, and I just noticed the other black belt, he recognized the sequence, and all he had to do was something so simple. He just pinned his opponent's hip to the mat, and it negated the whole sequence. So what's fascinating is all he had to do was recognize the sequence, and even though it was so complex, he just needed to do one thing, just put his finger on one thing at that particular juncture in the sequence to totally shake up the whole sequence. And the way I mentioned Miyamoto Musashi's quote earlier is because this applies to how I see how God works in our life. Oftentimes, we make these complex plans, right? Man has a plan, but God guides his steps. We make these complex plans. For example, you might think, oh, I'm going to go to law school, I'm going to go pass the bar, and then I'm going to go work at this firm, I'm going to make my way up, and then I'm going to open my own firm and become a partner, etc., whatever. Or put anything you want. But God will sometimes just put his finger on your plan at a particular important juncture in your life, and it will shake everything up. And I think we just want to be aware of when God does this and for what purpose is he doing it, because there is a reason. And if we're kind of aware of the sequence, if we're aware of him doing that, it can help us to kind of understand God's purpose for us. I hope that helps. This is not an advertisement to have one-on-one duels to the death with other people, but if you so wish, go for it.